There is a growing concern on a global scale of a looming nuclear exchange. Citizens everywhere realize that even if their country isn't directly involved, every nation will feel and suffer the effects of a nuclear war. This is the Urban Sentinel. Let's get into it. Cutting right to the meat of the topic, nuclear fallout. Radiation exposure from either a reactor meltdown, a radiological incident such as contaminated food or water, and nuclear detonation. The human body is resilient, but it is not impervious. Radiation is one of those things that can help and harm at the same time. You are, and you probably will continue to hear more and more about potassium iodide as a way to stop radiation. That's partially false. Potassium iodide, or Ki, does inhibit certain types of radioactive elements, specifically iodine-131. However, its primary function is to fill the thyroid gland and prohibit the ability of iodine-131 from being absorbed in the thyroid and passed through the body. This allows the body to actually flush out that material. Now, radiation does come in a wide range of nasty, and the two primary concerns are exposure from a reactor meltdown and a nuclear bomb. And you think of it in the simplest terms, both use the same types of materials, but the key difference is the refinement. A nuclear generator is designed to slow burn and release its energy gradually over the course of decades, whereas a nuclear bomb is designed to release all of its energy in a fraction of a second. Now, with that, there are numerous types of radiation that can have detrimental effects on the human body, and exposure to iodine-131 is proven to greatly increase the risk of thyroid cancer, and especially among people 20 years or younger. But it may take several years after the exposure for the effects to be known. Now, a big question, when to take them. First off, they're not a supplement. It's not something you're just taking every single day just in case. The human body doesn't quite work that way. And while yes, it is true, you can find potassium iodide naturally in things like iodized table salt, beef liver, eggs, fish, some dairy products. The amounts that are in those items on a natural basis in direct comparison to the amount that you would need from a potassium iodide pill are, as an example, table salt, iodized table salt. You would have to consume 3 pounds of iodized table salt to get the same amount of the single dosage in a Ki pill. Now, the individual amount and the duration varies, but based upon the FDA guidelines, a full dose of potassium iodide for an adult 18 years or older is 130 milligrams. Children 3 years to 18 years is 65 milligrams. 1 month to 3 years is 32 milligrams, and birth to 1 month is 16 milligrams. So effectively, you take the whole dose, and you would have to halve it, quarter it, and eighth it to get it to the appropriate amounts. This is administered once every 24 hours. The key things to know are, 1, people with thyroid conditions on certain medications, you could have adverse effects by taking this, as well as people that have an allergy or a reaction to shellfish. You also could be at risk. But no matter what, it's preferable and beneficial. Consult a medical professional first before you do anything. Now, with that being said, reasonably speaking, you should listen to the authorities and take them when instructed, and only for the duration of the event that is currently going on. On a side note, if, as an example, you live within 50 miles of a nuclear reactor and you hear the warning sirens going off and your cell phone starts going ballistic, take some. If you're up at 4 a.m. doing your morning yoga and you're in downward dog pose facing east, and suddenly it gets brighter than high noon to your west, and you feel your floor rumbling and you can hear a shaking of the house and everything going on around you, and you realize that the city to the east of you just went up in flames, take some. While it is beneficial and it is prudent to find out what authorities have to say, still trust your instincts. So with this little bit of information that I've given you, hit the like button, and just remember, simply put, this is a benefit to you. There's no harm in having these. There's no harm in buying them. But they're not a magic pill in any way, shape, or form that's going to be a cure-all and fix everything that's possibly going wrong. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.